Hello, my name is Gloria J. York, Master Tarot Reader for over 25 years, spiritual channeler since birth, and best-selling author of the #1 bestseller, Medical Manslaughter. I urge you to read it because it will save your life. Well, we're getting ready to do a tarot read here. And we're going to wrap the entire tarot read around this card, the Fool, because you know this Wednesday, April 1st, is April Fool's Day. And so we'll take a look at what tarot has to tell us, because you know tarot advises us, guides us, and many times warns us. Now we sure don't need tarot to tell us that we have an epidemic, a plague, that is surfaced on our planet and keeps growing. And we don't need tarot to tell us that our finances have dwindled down. But we do need tarot just to possibly give us some guidance on where do we go from here. How long is this going to happen? What's going to happen to us, yourself, your family, your friends, and your neighbors? So, we'll take a look now for the sign of Leo. And so if you have Leo in your sun, moon, rising, and even Venus, then there assuredly will be a message here for you. Spirit has already told me that messages will come here for anyone having Leo in their chart. It will touch your heart, and many of these messages will even reach your soul. So let's take a look and see what is in line for Leo. Well, the initial card is the Ace of Pentacles, followed up by the Page of Pentacles. That goes on top of there whenever you do the read. And so this is money, money. Money is on your mind. Finances is on your mind, and you're already starting to think, how can I get more money? How can I regroup from a deficit that I have already lost these last few weeks in the stock market or in investments that I've had? So you're thinking heavily about money and what you can do. What new project can you initiate in order to gain more money? Now, we don't have to dwell too long on where you're at. I want to get to your future, which is, I know, on everyone's mind. But I see here in the Destiny card, you have the Tower. Now, the Tower is a sudden change. A tower is something that happens and you step back and say, wow, I sure didn't see that coming. So it's a drastic change. And that's what this card is telling you. And so Spirit is saying, prepare yourself. Having this message in advance is a very good thing, Leo. So you want to get enough food in your house for yourself and your family. Food and water, very important. Get those dry goods. And be prepared, because you never know what might come down, or you never know how long this situation that we are presently in is going to go. And so it's better to be prepared than not. So start to sit down with a tablet and pen and make a list of all kind of dry goods that you can get in the house, canned goods, dry goods, and also get your water. And so as we proceed here, we have the High Priestess, which is kind of the springboard into the future events. And what she designates is get organized. That if you are organized, you will be successful, she is saying. Very intelligent, very high-spirited being, And that is her message to you, is to get yourself organized so that you will be successful. And what you're fearing is the judgment. You're fearing quite a bit about this whole situation. It's keeping you up at nights. You're not sleeping good. You're worried. You're worried for yourself and your family. And that's what a good father and a good mother does. They worry. And they want to be one step ahead of the game. And you are. You are one step just by listening to this particular read. So judgment is going to be issued, not only for yourself, but you judging others. You're going to look at others and you're going to evaluate them in their honesty and in their goodness. And you're going to be in a situation where judgment will be on you too. And you will seek justice. And justice will be yours, especially when it comes to family, friends, and colleagues in the workplace. And so naturally you're concerned about your job or how long you can go on like you are if you're not working. And right now you're going to be getting some monies from the government, but you know that can't last forever. And certainly in many cases will not be what you really need to sustain yourself. And that's why you're already thinking, I need to come up with a new plan to make sure that I have money and I do have security. Now I see here you're going to get a message from your work. So some message is going to be coming to you about work, whether to continue work or work is no longer available, or there's some sort of plan that you didn't know that you were involved in, and it's going to be unfolded and given to you. Your final outcome is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is also someone in middle age, around 50 or so, that is coming to give you a message. So you've got the young one, under 25, coming, and you've got the one that's middle-aged. And so obviously it's a combination of a group of people that have come to some sort of decision, and a message will be given to you. And being that it's the Knight of Cups, I think you'll be very satisfied with the message. Nothing to fear there. And in picking another card, I see here the Seven of Pentacles. And so you've got, as you're headed, where you're headed, it is going to work out to your satisfaction. You obviously have thought way ahead before this even occurred. And so with the Nine of Pentacles, you have a home that is filled with love. You have tranquility. You have happiness. And so once you get yourself set up with the food and water, if you have not already, then you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. And I know many of you are worrying already and saying, hey, what's going to happen here? What's coming in that we don't know about? And the whole world is changing. We have to accept that our world will never be the same as it was before. We won't be so trusting. We won't be so friendly. We certainly won't be so open. Thank God for border walls and restrictions and people that enforce those laws. They deserve our utmost respect. And so, with a world that's going to be different, we're going to be different. And so what should we do? Well, I think the answer is very obvious. We should pray. We need to pray. And that's what brought on a lot of this in the first place. People stopped praying, stopped believing, and evil took over. Greed took over. And so now that you have this time and you're cloistered in, talk with your Creator. Talk with God. Tell Him what you're feeling in your heart, in your mind, about your fears, your worries. And He will help you. He will give you strength. He will give you strength. Go outside. Listen to the birds sing. Think about the fact that they don't have to worry what's going to happen to them because God's taking care of them. And you, who God made in His likeness, so much above the birds. Smell the flowers. It's springtime. Touch the bark of a tree. Once it gets warm enough, take your shoes off and stand in the grass because the soil beneath it will give you energy and more so, give you peace because you need to relax and come down. You know, this weekend, in my meditation and in my praying, I had a very in-depth conversation with Jesus. And I asked Him point blank, why has this virus been unleashed onto our planet? And He answered. And it was such a beautiful conversation that we had that I made a separate video on it, which is here on YouTube on my channel under bonus message. We talked about tarot and we talked about the coronavirus. So I think you would enjoy hearing it and I think you would learn much. So look it up if you would, please. Okay, Leo, I hope you enjoyed this read today. And if you did, please click on like, share it with your friends and family, and then definitely click subscribe and hit that bell because that bell will let you know when I post, and I do post frequently. Scroll all the way down, if you will, and leave a comment. It only takes a few seconds. I love to read your comments. And then if you leave your name and email, you will be part of our contest where you could win a personal read with myself. And at that time, all these cards will be just for you, not just the whole sign. Thank you so much. And I do ask God to bless you. Stay safe.